Hey guys, it's Sean and I got another RV tip for you. Right now I'm going to be changing the air filter on my RV. And so it's pretty simple, very simple, kind of like you would do with a car. Make sure you have the right one. This one has a 2000 Ford Triton V10 engine in it. And so I'm just going to walk through how you actually do that. So check it out. On this channel, I do a lot of DIY around the house type of things, electronics reviews, and since I got an RV, a lot of DIY RV type of projects. So if any of those are interesting to you, check around a little bit. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Also consider subscribing. So let's get into this. First thing I had to do is identify the right filter for my vehicle. And in this case, it's the 8039 Fram. Obviously there's other brands as well, but that's the one I took. It says 4 years, 40,000 miles. I'd probably change it sooner than that, but put this aside for a minute and get over to the vehicle and identify the air filter intake. So under the hood here, I've already opened this up and I identified here is my air filter. How do you tell? Look for the air intake hose and where it's coming. Then over here I just quickly unstrap this and loosen this. That's as far as I went just to get this started. And you can see over here too, if you look in this little hole, you'll see the air filter right there. So basically what we have to do with this thing open is just get this little guy, well, big guy, all the way up so I can get the filter out. So I'll go ahead and open this up. It's pulling this upward. It's too tight to get this out upward without removing this hose from the top here. So I unscrewed this, pulled this hose out, and then I was able to pull this up and out of the way. Be careful because there's a sensor in the back, and you can only move it so much so that you don't move the sensor and don't pull that sensor. Then here's your air filter, and obviously the cone part is going to be going downward, so we'll move this out of the way real quick and pull this guy out. And I'm going to need two hands, so I'll put the camera down for a second, but you get the idea. So I was able to move this around, fish this guy out. The little round thing is at the bottom. The little torpedo, I guess, bullet thing is at the bottom. And as you can see, there's some dirt definitely in there. It's definitely a good time to replace this. So I'll throw this aside. And of course, anytime, even if you know you got the right part, match them up anyway. And I matched these two up and they are identical. I put the two rubber pieces against each other. And then I also put them up and down like that, made sure they're the exact same. So now I'll just open this up and install this. Just come over here and drop it in the bucket. Again, I need two hands to do this, but I'll drop that in the bucket there. Okay, so now I got this in here. I'm gonna slide this guy up out of the way, slide this back over. Note that this seal around here, there's another piece right here, so we want to make sure this is fully inside of here. Make sure it has a good seating. Make sure this is in also all the way around. And then we'll just put this back on and then throw this guy back on. Once you get this on, notice that there's a little divot here and then there's a little tab here, and they have to line up. And then make sure you run your hand all the way around just to make sure that everything's sealed right there. Then you'll be able to clamp this clamp back down. I have to actually push this down and out of the way in order to do that. But clamp this down. As I was clamping this down, again, I wanted to make sure that this was tight all around. Make sure that this has enough clearance to clip. They put this in an unfortunate spot right here. Then on the tube on the back, make sure that you get the entire tube all the way around here too. So I just had to kind of move that around. And then I'll just screw this clamp back down. And just make sure you do this till it's tight. Once that's tight, once again, just make sure all the way around here that everything is a tight seal all the way around this entire unit. And make sure this is tight sealed all the way around as well. Right here. Better to be double checking. Turn on the engine, listen to it as well. But that's as easy as it is. So between changing the air filter, which took about 10 minutes, to changing the oil, which took probably about 35 minutes, the money you save And you know, the fact that you're probably about halfway through a full tune-up, I think the only other thing left to do, maybe change coils, which I'm not going to do for now, but change the spark plugs, which I'll do soon. Give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments if you want me to do a spark plug video as well. There's 10 of them, so it's definitely take a little bit of time. And just as a hint, it happens inside the RV. So definitely subscribe if you learned something here. Give it a thumbs up. Thanks. We'll catch you in the next video.